Attend the world's best business workshop led by America's #1 business coach for free by subscribing on iTunes and leaving us an objective review. Claim your tickets by emailing us proof that you did it and your contact information to info@thrivetimeshow.com.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the conversation. And we're talking today about Search Engine 101, but on a bigger level. We're talking about helping you if you're somebody who's listening to today's show and you are fighting with how search engines work, how taxes work, how death works, Google works. These are things people want to fight against the concept of the Earth's gravitational pull. So let me just explain this to you on a very simple level. Larry Page and Sergey Brin created Google in 1996 to provide users with a tool to find the most relevant content possible when engaging in a search query. They did not create Google to grow your business quickly. They created guardrails from the very, very beginning to keep get-rich-quick scams and con artists from dominating the search results. So there are 4 factors that will affect and impact your rank that have always affected and impacted your rank, and they're not going to change. And there are going to be updates they make to keep out scammers, but I'm going to give you the 4. And then it just sort of, once you know them, it's up to you to sort of deal with the profundity. There's nothing else to talk about. You have to follow the canonical compliance, which means you have to follow the rules that they have established, which if you will email us, info@thrivetimeshow.com, we will run a report on your website and show you what is wrong with the website. If you don't want to use our firm, you can use a tool called SEMrush or Moz, MOZ.com. They're both certified. They're Google certified businesses that basically, it's just like a car and automotive repair shop. They might be certified by Lexus or Mercedes or Toyota to work on certain vehicles. And you plug your car into a machine when you have the check engine light and it tells you what's wrong. SEO, again, this is SEMrush.com and Moz.com. They'll do that for you. So you have to follow the rules, and for sake of the podcast length, you don't have to worry about knowing them all right now. But if you email us, info@thrivetimeshow.com, we'll run a report for you. Or you can use MOZ.com or SEMrush.com, but you've got to follow the canonical rules. The second is you have to get the most Google reviews. Whoever has the most reviews gets to be top. And you might be saying to yourself, well, that doesn't seem fair. I've been in business a long time. Or you might say to yourself, every time I get a review, Google takes one away. And you know why that is? It's because Google reserves the right to review their reviews. And any review that doesn't seem real or seems like it was contrived, they can remove it. So if the Gmail account that it was used to write the review isn't an active Gmail, they can remove it. Or if you are on social media or some other platform asking people to write a review for you in exchange for something where you're basically paying them to write a positive review, you can ask for an objective review, but if you pay them or for a positive review, then they can remove it. The next move is the most mobile compliance, the most Google mobile compliance. If your phone doesn't look good on the most updated cell phones and mobile devices, iPads, they can remove it. And the final, it's whoever has the most hypertext markup language content, whoever has the most words. And we'll get much more into that on other podcasts that you can find at thrivetimeshow.com or in our in-person workshops. But what happens is people then say, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hack. I'm going to be the first person in the history of the world to trick one of the world's biggest companies. See, this is where it becomes a universal thing. Someone says, I know this is how Google works, but I'm going to become the first person in the history of the world to trick the billion-dollar, mega-billion-dollar, one of the world's most valuable brands. Me and my small business, we are going to trick Google by outsourcing to a firm in India who's going to write our articles for us, and then it doesn't work. See, what is going on in the mindset of somebody who believes that they and their small tile company, they and their small dentistry, they and their small business have the resources and the mindset needed to trick Google?
Well, here's the deal. I would like to have, I don't know what percentage, but I would like to have, think about all the money that is spent on people trying to trick Google.
Turns out it takes longer to get rich quick.
Does it really?
Yeah, if you think about it.
I mean, how many people are paying thousands of dollars to some, hey, we're going to optimize your website.
We could optimize your website for as little as $275 a month.
You only pay us $3,000 a month, and we give you a microwavable burrito, and we promise within 3 years you'll be top of Google.
Top of the Google.
Top of the Google.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, you're not there yet because I'm sorry. Hamid was off sick, and so.
Thank you for calling. My name is Thomas.
Oh.
Thank you for calling Google.
Thank you.
I'm calling on behalf of Google to let you know your listing could be updated.
At some time.
The problem is that there's so many guys out there that say they are a expert in optimizing and getting to the top of Google.
The Google.
And if you just listen to them, you might say to yourself, "Well, that sounds convincing."
It feels new and sexy.
They're throwing out big words.
Big words.
And obviously I don't know what they are, and I don't want to tell them I don't know what they are, so I'm not going to ask any questions.
That's part of their sales pitch.
It's just as kind of impressive. I'm not going to ask them to show me examples because that'd be rude.
And if you were to download, you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you can download our ebook for free of the Start Here book where we cite everything. And you can see it all. Now, here is where I want to get Ryan's take on this as an entrepreneur and Eric Chupp's take on this as a business coach. I see entrepreneurs that also want to fight taxes, death. So they'll say stuff like, you'll say, hey, buddy, your company's big enough now. You're pulling in $100,000 a year, 6 figures. And I just want to make sure you understand this. The more money you make, the more Uncle Sam takes. The more, because it's a progressive tax system. So the more you make, the more they take. And then they'll say this. They'll say, I actually talked to a guy, and he's going to help me set up what I call an S Corp. It's a sub-chapter S. And I am able to actually write off more, so I can take a salary that's a little less than I would have and take distributions. And you know how it is. I'm only taking like a $18,000 a year salary, because I've out-tricked the system. You see, they don't want you to know the secret move. But I was reading this Kevin Trudeau book called The Secrets to the Rich Don't Want You to Know, And so I got this guy, and now I'll be going away for a while. Right. Z. So real quick, I want to get your take on that. How many times have you run into somebody who's told you they found a secret tax loophole and they're not an accountant?
It's in the gray.
There's scam artists out there in every profession. And if you own a business, trust me, they know the buzzwords to say. They know how to do it. I got scammed early on in my career. You want to hear about how I got scammed?
Iraqi dinar?
And I fell for it. Oh, no, I got plenty of those.
Second generation prayer towels.
I bought low.
Was it a multi-level?
It's all about. No, it wasn't. It was a guy came in, and he said, "Hey, listen, I'm doing the paper sacks for the pharmacy right down the road.
Paper sacks.
Yeah,
sounds reasonable.
And I'm selling ads on said paper sacks, and it's just right over here. So therefore, you can then have a prominent spot on here for $350. It's reasonable. I'm only in town this weekend. I do this all over the nation. In fact, here's others I've done in other cities.
Oh, this is a good pitch. This is a good scam.
Yeah,
this sounds good.
I'm listening to him going, wow.
Wow.
So hold on a second. So I walk back into my office, leave him out kind of in the gather area, and I call said pharmacist. And I said, hey buddy. Some dude's in here trying to sell me an ad for a bag he's going to make you. So you put your medicines in, you get the little bag. It's got my little ad on there. And he goes, yeah, he's going to do that. And seems like a pretty good deal, So, I get my bags, for free, and then I give him the right to sell stuff on the bag.
Right.
I go, well, it's a pretty good deal. So go back out there, and then it's the telltale scam pitch.
Here we go.
I'm only here today, and it's got to be right now.
I'm in your area
circle
right
back
now.
around.
Yeah, I can't circle
and
back.
I've got to be in Kansas City tomorrow. I got a big deal cooking up there.
I got a problem with my left leg.
So
I
it's
can't
kind
circle back
of
left.
now or never.
Kind of bad
So
timing.
I go, cool. Okay, well here's my logo and stuff, and here's my check for $350. And,
yeah, appreciate
and how many
that.
bags is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be like 10,000.
Ton of bags.
Ton of bags.
It's a ton of bags.
I'm like, wow, that's
a lot of
great
bags.
deal. Less than 3 cents a bag. That's pretty cheap per person. Yeah.
Oh.
And so so he leaves.
When?
Guess how many bags he printed?
Well, I always tell people, whenever you're printing on a sack, you gotta watch the numbers.
Guess how many bags? That's not the guess. You got to watch the numbers. I know you got to watch the numbers. So guess how many. Chup, you want to take a guess at how many bags he printed?
0.
That's just mean, Ryan. That would say that he's a scammer.
I'd say like 10,000 or so.
Okay, 10,000. Clay, do you have a guess?
I feel like now you probably got a lot of.
You feel
bags.
like a man with a big cranium and
probably 3 cents a piece, and you paid $350. You probably got 9,000 Saks.
No, he did none. It was an absolute scam. Took my money and ran.
Oh.
So then what happened was,
God bless him.
Then what happened is so then he's out of Florida, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, how do I find this guy? How do I exact
Revenge.
justice?
I would punish him.
Because we want justice. We don't want revenge. We want justice. That's a nice way to say it.
Right.
And so there was a number, there was a number on the card. So call it. And of course, a lady answers it. She can tell she's got a bouncing a kid on her hip, and the kids in the background screaming and hollering. And she doesn't know who this guy is. She doesn't know the company. That's a false thing. So I hang up the phone and go, I'm gonna try tactic number 2.
Tactic number 2.
So I call up and I say, hey, listen, I've got an outstanding invoice. I need to send you some money, and I'm looking for this company. Ooh. Voice changes immediately.
Oh. You're looking for Navin Johnson.
All of a sudden you can tell a kid gets set down on the ground,
Navin Johnson's on line 3. Let me transfer you over to Navin Johnson's
you called the right number. You called the right
absolutely.
number.
We had a kid visiting.
And what's that address I need to send it to? I got the address. I got the whatever. Then I called said local police department and gave them all information. They took care of it.
Justice.
Justice.
So, Ryan, I want to ask.
But you're going to get scammed. People are going to try to scam you is my point.
Ryan, as a young man, as a young business owner, before you know what you know now,
Right.
Did you ever get scammed on something where you wanted the success to happen faster, and so maybe you hired a not real service, or there's something where it kind of got you? Do you ever get screwed, or are we the only ones who've been screwed?
Yeah. I was actually paying I think it was like $600 a month or something just for tracking so we could do the SEO.
Hi, boo.
Yeah, we didn't actually get to the SEO because we had to track.
Was that the
first.
company? Are you guessing a company?
Yes, I wasn't just screaming out random
Oh,
syllables.
no. I'm not going to say the company name, but yeah. So we were just paying for tracking so we would know if the SEO was working and stuff. At the time, we had no idea. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't do my own SEO.
Chubb, have you heard other people say that before? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
So other people do that too?
Yeah, you're not the only one.
So here's the deal.
Awesome.
Here's the deal. I just want to make sure you understand this, Thrive Nation. The more money you make, the more Uncle Sam's going to take. So work with an accountant. Make sure you pay your fair share. We can argue about whether we think we're paying too much or not, but you don't want the IRS chasing you. Search engines, if they worked the way that most people wanted them to work, the business owners wanted them to work, then consumers wouldn't use it. Because if anybody could get highly motivated tomorrow, stumble upon $20,000 and pay a search engine firm to write 1,000 articles tonight and be top tomorrow, then people would not trust Google anymore. So Google has a vetting process, and I would encourage you just calm down, understand that death and taxes are going to happen, and there's no get-rich-quick scam and scheme. You got to embrace that sometimes it takes longer to try to get rich quick. And on our next podcast, we're going to talk about Management 101 and how without follow-up, nothing other than good intentions and bad results will ever happen. Without follow-up, nothing other than good intentions and bad results will ever happen for your business. Management
That just
101.
sounds mean.
Well, it's the Man Cave Sessions. We're going to get real and raw. Without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom.